All right, welcome to another episode of Smoke Shop and Chop. We back in it again with my man Stan, Fat Cat. Got my man
Sweetback.
What y'all call Sweetback? Sweetback. Got Chris, got Pumi, and Big Q, man. Shout out. First shout out. I want to definitely shout out to Drink Life, Alkaline Water, man, Heineken, and all the what was my man? Black Feather
whiskey and a Phillion.
And a Phillion, the Smoke Lounge. Now this the Cigar Lounge. Now, before we about to do the fire, the light up. But before we do it, we got to talk about Cohen today. We're gonna skip that. We're gonna go into the light up, and then and make our way around with that. So let's go ahead and get this party started.
This thing
you said we all on Facebook. We all good on Facebook Live?
Yes, sir.
On Facebook.
We good on Facebook.
I'm taking
Okay,
a
we
song.
good on food. Okay, so we good on
Hello,
Facebook.
Facebook Nation, IG Nation. How y'all doing?
Now I was looking at this video that this dude posted.
Fuck you, Cole.
And,
fuck you. Oh, fuck you.
Hey, man, we got Killer. Hey, listen.
Hey, they ain't hit it.
And,
They ain't hit it.
So one thing that he said that you should do is when you light your cigar, blow out. He said you should, when you find your cigar, this is what he said, because it helps to remove. That when they do the cigar thing, it's not a
blow through the
nicotine.
cigar.
Blow through the cigar before you blow in the cigar. Supposedly that's supposed to remove some of the chemicals they put around the end to initiate the burn.
Well, I'm a chemical mother. I'm fucked up now.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
skipping.
I pay a lot of money
I'm
for
messed up
chemicals.
now.
Right.
Me too.
I know you gotta do that with pipes as well. You do that with pipes. Helps it breathe. Helps it breathe.
Pause.
Help me breathe a little bit.
Hey, pause. Oh, we think I do that with pipes as well. Pause.
Okay. So
Because it helps it breathe. Wait a minute. With y'all. Anyway,
let's start the shot. Let's go, Stan.
what you going with,
Start off
Stan?
Stan.
Me, I'm smoking a Tabernacle, Connecticut. A little milder than the regular Tabernacle I usually smoke. Good smoke. But right now it's pretty good.
That's it. Connecticut.
Connecticut, yeah, Tabernacle, Connecticut.
Ain't the Connecticut. So what's a Connecticut? Is that just
Connecticut things that do with rap.
That's a little dark for Connecticut.
Connecticut rapper would be like Brown. That's what
Hey, my man, do your cigar.
Can I ask a question?
Well, let him go do his thing, and then we walk
It's
through
the
the thing.
Connecticut. It's the Tabernacle, Connecticut.
That's what I'm just asking, because Connecticut rappers I usually like. I'm smoking a 2012 by Leaf Barber Pole. Barber Pole.
Got Olivia V.
I'm smoking the Blue Mountain cigar, the Anejo.
Oh, because you be talking about this thing
Hey,
all the time. I'm running the King of Persia.
my man.
And I tell you what, my first couple, I tell you what, I'm impressed.
No question.
Like,
No question.
at the price point, I
the
didn't
price
think it
I
was.
told you, price point is exactly what I say.
Insane.
When you first said it.
It's actually like good in general.
No
Like,
question.
Yeah, but the price point makes it
a lot better.
But listen,
Yeah.
what we don't want to do is raise the price. So, you know, keep that on the down low.
And I'm also smoking a 2012 Oscar Valdez Barber Pole.
What's the name of it again?
By Oscar Valdez.
Okay.
2012. Well, I think I've mentioned it before, but if not, great stick. The first time I've had the Barber Pole, though, I was wrong. It was the
I told you,
orange
it was
one,
a-
the yellow one, the
Yeah.
red, and they had a green. It was all green,
Right.
but it wasn't a Barber Pole.
But the green one that you got from up the other spot,
It
where
wasn't
you
a
was at,
Barber Pole.
it was it was the LFD green joint. Remember? It was the LFD when we went up there for the 30% off.
It was the Barber Pole. It was the new LFD.
It was the LFD.
Showboat.
But you was doing your thing, well, listen to me and all that. So I just let you go ahead and do your thing.
Well, I mean, shit is
Anyway,
good.
it's
I
good.
like it.
Yeah. So Olivia V, huh?
Yep, I'm digging it.
See?
Good, yeah.
Okay. Now, me and we kind of have a similar palate for strong.
Yeah,
bold. For both, because he found that the Tabernacle was a little light.
He smoked the Connecticut.
I told him that.
The Connecticut.
I told him that, but I told him he had smoked the Maduro.
I'm
Now,
gonna
you
hit it
smoked a
next
digger?
time. A what?
A digger?
What is that?
I wouldn't have said nigga to you, mother. Cut the bullshit, Tommy. They'll start the bullshit.
Sorry.
Tommy's like, what? Oh, wait a minute. I'm not from Hartford County. We gonna get on her ass too. But go ahead.
I just got real small. I just.
So the LFD digger. This joke right here.
He's still like, what is
Fuck with him. So you know I'm talking about a real joke. This is the LFD digger. Right.
Tommy will never touch one of those. He's traumatized. He's traumatized.
I'll reach out to LFD and talk to him about the name later. And this is a double Lingario.
The fuck?
What the fuck is that?
Strong as fuck. That's what it's called. I mean, you got me cussing.
Yeah, so
You got me.
I thought this.
Anyway, so this is what we're gonna do.
My bad.
I'm gonna hook you up with one.
Okay.
A double Lingario. I'm not gonna hook you up with this one. I'm gonna hook you up with a shorter one.
Okay.
And if you like it, smoke
Yeah.
it, whatever. Okay, we go from there.
I can dig. I appreciate you.
My man.
Yeah.
So
Don't smoke it on an empty stomach, though.
do not smoke it on an empty, and do not smoke. You play golf?
Yeah.
Do not smoke the Maduro on a hot golf day.
I don't
You
know,
will.
man.
It will. You will regret it.
No, not him. He might like that. Hey, look.
The digger
hey, my man.
Maduro.
Hey, my man. You forgot who we talking to? He'll be jumping the fucking golf cart.
No. He gonna be doing
He'll
something.
be jumping the golf. Excuse me, but he'll be jumping the golf.
You
cart.
gonna be telling him to move his hand out the trash can while he throw up.
After last Sunday, he should be used to that.
Hey, listen, man. Shout out to last Sunday.
No, Sunday
Man,
before last.
Sunday
Sunday before last. Yeah, because we didn't have a show last week.
I'm just getting
And we
regular.
apologize. We
I was
apologize for not having a show last week due
Oh, you
to
see it?
I was
Nah,
here.
he coming in.
Inclement
the
weather.
phony and
he was-
climate. What was
Oh, we gotta get your number. Because I didn't get your number. And you know what's crazy?
climate
right?
weather. I
We
apologize
We
for that.
both got here. It was
Well,
like,
he told me it was gonna happen,
yeah,
but I came anyways. I'm like,
But
it's
we
my
didn't
night.
have your.
Yeah, that's what's
you
up.
came anyway.
Yeah,
That's what you
yeah,
doing.
yeah,
All right, man,
yeah,
you trying to make me feel guilty.
No,
Not the bullshit.
We apologize for that.
No worries.
I made a call on it.
What happened was that I
made
think a lot of people
call.
was more concerned about playing.
Oh, poker.
I was about to say, I
Yeah,
heard
because
it.
all the
Yeah.
people, all the same people was at the
Showed up
poker
at poker
table.
table.
So if it was safe enough
I
to come out to
didn't.
play poker,
I didn't.
yes, you did.
I did not.
You did.
That was not me.
My man.
You see the James Howard movie? That's not me.
Before that was a Shaggy song.
remember, it wasn't me.
That's not me.
It wasn't me.
I mean, he kind of looked like me. That's not me.
Oh, we should look alike.
I got him.
I
Two
got
questions. You gotta
I
look alike.
got about 6 of them.
Apparently, like
six of them.
everybody and their mother.
Hey, Rock.
That's a fat dude with a
That
beard.
wasn't me, was it?
Look like me. Because I get pictures all the time. That's your doppelganger. I'm like,
I got friends in low places.
there's too many inside jokes going on.
Oh, man, way too many.
Bullshit.
But hey, we were all there.
So let's move. Let's jump onto this thing. So
Yeah.
before we jump into Coleman, 'cause that's gonna be a whole nother situation. We need to cut it.
$1 for every cuss word.
Yeah, tell them motherfuckers to pay it. But anyway, so God bless them. But anyway, this interests you, Bobby, and a couple of other gun lovers. Well, you know that the House of Representatives just passed.
What's up, Mike?
Attempting to pass, but they just passed and sent it on to the Senate. Change to the old gun laws.
It makes every law-abiding person with an AR a criminal.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Wow.
I don't want to go that far.
That's
but
what it
the
is.
law.
But what it does is, but the specific thing I want to talk about, it closes the loophole.
Which
that-
one are you talking about?
Well, the one that keeps that requires private sellers, because if you were a retail seller, you had to do a background check, mental health check, whatever the history of that. But it closes the loophole to now
Eamon.
allow if you're a private seller,
Eamon?
you still have to do background checks on people.
Well-
Some, excluding some family members, if you're loaning a gun to somebody and you hunting, they have some exceptions.
But that's closing the loophole on a long gun, which a shotgun. They're still regulated firearms. You can't buy a pistol from me to you, no matter what, without going to the police barracks or a gun shop.
Okay.
There's a lot of
You can't
things.
buy pistols at gun shows?
No, well,
At gun show.
At gun show, you
Gun
can,
show,
but you have to
okay.
do background.
You still have to do the check.
You got to do the check there.
Everybody,
It's not, you can just walk in there.
So,
yeah,
the
that's
people-
a common misconception.
the
But I can still
Huge
kill you.
misconception.
But-
What qualify you to actually buy a handgun at a
Same thing as a gun store.
Yeah, as a
Now,
store.
as far as the background check, how do they do that? Like,
So you get your information. They have computers.
Right
because
there.
Everything's on Wi-Fi nowadays.
Right
They
there.
got laptops.
You've already gone for your HQL.
so what would
You can't
stop
do
you?
it without
What would stop
HQL.
you from getting a?
Like, what would be in your background?
Any violent offense, any federal
crimes, yeah.
federal
30
crime.
days.
So what you mean,
no
like drug
misdemeanor.
charges, stuff like that?
Yeah.
charges, yeah.
So see you pimping. Like you can't.
That counts. That counts a lot of motherfuckers.
But the thing is like the main people that are spreading.
so
all
that means
this
I can
stuff.
go buy a gun if I wanted to, because I ain't got none of that.
Yes, you're an American. So congratulations.
Oh, my
Why don't we
goodness.
just go get guns
You
tomorrow?
gonna tell me some stuff like that?
Yeah.
I can actually go to a retailer. I don't have no charges, so I can go get something.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
You have to go get your
Let's
HQL.
go get some.
You have to wait till
Handgun
your expunged
qualification
paperwork
license.
come in.
Basically, it says
Once your expunged paperwork come in, then yes, for sure, you clear. But I thought that wasn't until next month.
Well, I wasn't going to next month. Kid.
My bad.
That's
I
stuff.
won't go to next month, though. I mean,
That stuff fires
you put
me
it out
up.
there. I put it
I
out
was
there.
saying, why
You
you
That
asked
stuff,
it.
that stuff fires me up.
No, but okay, but listen.
Because,
so,
like-
so shotguns don't kill people.
No, but so I'm not saying that. But like, why? If I
Guns
know
don't
you,
kill people. People
Okay.
kill people.
and it's see, me as a seller, it's on me.
268.
If I know you're a known criminal
say if
and
you
I
lies
sell
about
you
it.
my shotgun, that's an
It
illegal
depends,
sale.
it depends on who you
Okay.
talk about lying.
yeah, it's illegal already without the law.
Because I swear, I'm like Richard.
It's
I swear, I cannot
already
tell a lie.
illegal.
I cannot tell a lie.
Well, what they're saying though.
what's your
Okay,
objection?
wait a minute. I don't understand because what they were saying was that the loophole that they were closing was specifically.
They say a lot of things.
Yeah, but no, but I'm just trying to get clarity.
Yeah.
So because I don't have enough, I haven't done enough research on it because I just started reading about this.
the people making
And
the
so,
laws.
Yeah, I got it. But so if you're a private seller, because this is what they were saying, that a private seller at a gun show, or I could sell my gun to him without having to do a back check on him.
Shotgun.
You're
Shotgun.
talking long gun.
Shotgun. Long.
Okay, I don't know what you say. long gun.
Not a
Shotgun
pistol,
rifle,
not a handgun.
not a-
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Even
All
a
right,
long
yeah.
gun. Even a long
Mike,
gun.
what's up, Mike? Hope you
If
feeling better, brother.
If you are at a gun show and you are a seller at a gun show,
Okay,
so you have a booth and you're a vendor,
right.
you cannot sell.
But I got that. I got
He's
that
talking
part.
Not sell
private
what?
sale.
We talking
But
about
if I'm
private
at a gun
sale.
show and I have a gun with me,
Right.
I will get your information and I have to have a bill of sale. So if you do something with it, it's trackable.
Right.
Okay, but the people did though. So,
Yeah,
so
but that's anything. I can go to my
I mean,
car.
I got you. I got that part. But what I'm saying is,
Evil's evil.
this doesn't prevent you from buying, from selling or buying a gun. It just means you have to do a background check on a person before you do it.
So if I was to do the same thing with a car, that's okay.
It's called a fucking credit check. They do it all the time.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like
Private, like if
Believe
you
me,
bought a
I got denied car loans a couple
if you-
times.
if you
But
bought
But
a
not
car
just
from
credit,
me.
but not just credit checks, but you have to be able. You have to show that you can handle a car responsibly. There are people who can't.
and I have all that.
who
You
can't-
have to do that now. You
there are
have to
people who
do that
can't
now with guns.
have cars.
with guns, you have
With
to do
guns,
that
you
too.
have to do that.
People who have repeated DUIs can't have their license.
They can't.
Exactly. So if you're a criminal with a
DUI,
gun, you can't have a gun.
DUI. When you cite.
The problem with gun legislation right now
Blind.
is that we have everything in place. We don't need more laws. We need the laws that are there to be actually effective and like have people enforce it properly.
So what happens to me having a right to bear arms? What
We
difference
not- we
if I
not-
got a
we
violent
not-
offense? Like,
I agree with that.
well, how's a drug charge a violent offense? So if is a battering or abuse to a woman is
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
oh, yeah.
Okay,
That's
okay.
about it.
That's what I'm asking. I'm asking that
All
question.
that's the
Honestly,
same way.
When they made that law, they did not think of you.
I feel like it's a gray area. With I don't know too much about drugs. I don't know if you got caught up with the drug charge if you can't get a
I'm
gun.
not talking about me. Tom.
yeah, you
No, I'm
can't.
just saying the general you.
You talking to me like you. I'm like,
You ask the questions.
So there's specific questions
Yes, I
on
think.
what they ask you.
but don't just specific to me. Like,
I'm not talking about
he said you.
My man
you
say,
mean
I'm
you.
not
say
talking about
you.
me, Tommy. I don't need that honey pack.
Oh, I need that. Heineken. Oh, but shout out to
There are
Heineken too.
specific-
Heineken, Moretti beers.
Hey,
We did
Morales.
alkaline already.
We did alkaline already.
A lot better with a
Mind my
stick.
business. It cost me nothing to mind my business.
I like it a lot better with a cigar.
Now, so we done with that? Anybody else got any point?
Well, that's not the bad part. Like I'm actually okay with people getting background checks and checking on things because I believe it should be regulated. Whatever. Like, but I believe that you should be able to get whatever you want once you are okay.
Okay.
So what
Right,
they're doing
right.
is high capacity magazines, AR platform,
Clip stomp. Whatever.
magazine,
Bump stock.
Bump stocks are already
They're
gone.
gone. They've been gone.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're already.
However, it's
they're
still
legal.
ways that you can
Modified.
modify.
There's always been
There's always-
Yes. I can shoot my AR just as fast as any auto if I just loosely shoot it.
Okay.
That's with a regular trigger.
Okay. Okay.
So
It don't.
there's
Whatever.
again-
there's always a loophole or something to get around something to make something full on. It's all illegal.
So again, so like, okay, because
But we-
people,
It's always been illegal unless you go through
But it-
lots of paperwork and
I don't feel like it's a bad thing. Like I feel like I should be able to get an automatic weapon
Okay. So,
But you
like,
can.
Why? For what
you
reason?
can.
because it's fun.
So I guess,
But
I guess
you can.
if you look at our Constitution was built on your rights not being able to infringe upon his rights.
I don't want to infringe on it.
Okay, but people having all of these high-powered automatic weapons have infringed on a lot of people's right to fucking live.
like what?
Like
There's
fucking
actually-
motherfuckers in Vegas.
Okay, kill it.
It was
Let's just start with
600.
the.
Okay, 600 people in Vegas got shot. Right, what?
That's what I was
100 of them
going
died.
But how you gonna stop that? I mean, crazy is crazy.
hold up, but that's
Crazy
my,
is
my
crazy.
thing too, because I'm like,
It wasn't
My
one
point
shooter
is-
either.
My
I
point is
think
this.
it's more than
my
one
point is
shooter.
I understand his want to do
Believe
it,
that.
but there has to be some regulation for the people who can get it
And
who
I-
are crazy.
Right, so-
I think
But-
that's where I was going with that. 'cause
But
I'm
let's
like,
say you snap. You say you pass the background check,
Everybody not crazy.
and everything is
You know?
fine. Something happens in
Call
your
his
life,
wife fucking her
cause
best
you to
friend.
snap,
That's a crime
and then
of
and then a person does this. And so I'm just simply saying is that
So you don't have to start
you know
out like
one
that.
of the things that we want to try to do, I feel in this country, is regulate human behavior and situations where people do different things under stress. You are not going to be able, just because something is illegal, and we know this, it doesn't mean people are not going to participate with it. The government tried this with prohibition. They created the organized crime because of that. Get out of trying to regulate human behavior. People gonna have
okay,
guns.
so me to say that, but like they doing background checks. So what about the mental
Mental
aspect?
health.
So-
The mental health
That's
thing.
another one.
So
like
mental health.
They do that.
Great point.
So okay, but a person that's been in the military can go in there and buy a gun all day. And been in wars and stuff like that. So I'm like,
Well, they still
be
have a
surprised.
background, yeah. So there's still background stuff. So PTSD stuff like that stops that also.
It does.
But mental health. The problem
glad
with that
Rodney came
is
up with
you have to be diagnosed. Somebody has to put it on your record that it's there. You have to be willing to go to the doctor to receive help. So what happens as soon as you say, okay, everybody with a mental health issue can't have anything, you've just alienated all kinds of people. You've discriminated against a bunch of people.
Absolutely.
And those same people aren't going to go and get their health taken care of because of things like that.
I don't
Not
know.
everybody.
I don't think it's
But there's gonna be a
discriminating. Why is that
I don't know.
discrimination?
I don't think that's the right
Because
word.
I mean, I want to go.
I don't want you.
And I'm not.
right. If you
when
were
I say
saying,
discriminate, that's what's going to happen.
so you
If I
telling me?
get in my truck,
That's what people
my,
are going to say.
the
You're discriminating
engine
against me.
can go a lot faster than the government allows that car to go. Cars have governors in them. Like your car can only go so my truck can go faster than what it's allowed to go, but they only allow it to go a certain speed because it's not safe.
It's not called a governor because
Well-
it's a government thing. It's they.
But I'm
govern-
not saying it's a governor but I'm just saying
Well,
that's
they,
what it is.
They,
It's
they
slow.
regulate your engine so you don't blow it up.
Yeah.
Well,
because
but I'm
look,
just-
you can
but
buy.
I get what you're saying.
But I guess my greater point is, I understand you want to have it, right? But what is the need to have those high powered?
So here's the
Automatic
thing.
weapons.
I've been to a lot of countries that don't allow guns. Australia, for one, it's a great example. Okay, their actual crime rate did not decline; it increased. Their violent crime went up, and they actually have a new crime that they call home invasion because they know there's no guns in the home, and there's people that are just running up into old people's homes and fucking them
But
up.
you know what they also
And you
haven't
said
had?
in Australia?
Yeah.
But you know what they also haven't had
It was a
since
rise.
1996? They haven't had a mass shooting.
Well, they also here's another thing.
So are we taking
Here's
a
my
couple home
argument.
invasions
Here's my argument of that.
over mass shootings?
Here's my argument of that. Australia also has the population of New York City in the entire country.
Okay.
Okay,
And that's, so they haven't had
and there's
a mass
but
shooting in
there's
23
like
years.
but there's also not a lot of like you don't have like this. You don't have different groups of people mixing and like being like, oh, I don't like that about you. I don't like that about you. Everybody's pretty much the same.
I hear you, but
They're not gonna have the same
If
problem.
these things were happening on the subways in New York City because it was just too packed, or in LA or in downtown Chicago, but Sandy Hook is a little town. You know, what's the place in Florida? Those are small
But
towns.
here's the thing,
So,
you're not
it's not
gonna-
a lot of people.
You're not going to stop violence. There's Paris that
Yeah,
was
I said, I don't like
an
all that
attack.
stuff because I feel like the Constitution says you're right to bear arms. I'm like, all the stipulations would.
But I think that the
Violent
Constitution,
crime,
when we,
I think that's
we lean
unfair.
on that,
If
we lean on
I think
the
that's just
Constitution,
unfair.
it was written
Because
at a
if-
totally
if-
different time when the weapons were
Hold on,
totally
let's
different.
get some
Order
you
with
know,
this.
order with a little bit so we can. So what are you saying?
I think it's unfair about because you got certain charges you don't have a right to bear arms. The Constitution says you have a right to bear arms. Why is it that it's stipulated? Because drug charge, violent charge, or whatever the case may be. A lot of stuff that go on. A lot of these dudes, a lot of stuff that goes on. These dudes ain't got drug charges. These dudes ain't got. Some of them ain't got mental
Mental
health.
health, right.
Something like I said, it might have been something that just happened in their life that made them snap to do what they did. So I'm like,
But that's why we got the criminal justice system.
I mean, but I was just wondering, you know.
I feel like I had the right to bear
So
arms.
I don't like an over-governed people because when I'm in Australia, I can't order 2 drinks at the same time. I can't go up to the bar and say, "Hey, give me a beer and a shot."
Oh no, but you got some
You can't
restaurants
go to
here.
Gay Lex, Virginia,
but some
and order a
restaurants
mixed
here,
drink.
you can't order 2 drinks
That's
at
only
one time.
because of the
Some drive-thrus,
establishment,
some
not because
drive-thrus.
it's.
Go to Salt Lake City.
Well, that's exactly. I hate Salt Lake City for that reason. I love Salt Lake City. Don't get me wrong. Love Salt
You
Lake
said
City.
you hate it.
No, I do.
Everybody hates
I
Salt
do.
Lake City. Even the people from
There's
Salt Lake
things he
City.
likes,
It's
things he hates.
a love-hate relationship with
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
But I don't like the
Everything
government
closes
babysitting
early.
people.
Everything closes
Everything
early.
watered down.
The beer is like 3% alcohol.
Right. And like, is that a good thing?
you
Is
gotta
that
get
where
drunk.
you want everywhere
You
to
got
be?
you got to get
Well,
your
I
libations
think
early.
that
Now, how
where
many,
we're going.
Now, let me ask you this though:
I
how
don't
many
think that's where
drunk
we're going.
driving deaths do they have in Salt Lake City?
So we had to
I
find out.
don't think, but theirs wasn't motivated by drunk driving.
That's not what I
It
didn't
was
ask what it was
motivated by the
motivated
Mormon
by.
church.
What I'm
Yeah, it's
asking
blue lights.
is how many
These
drunk.
guys
I don't
here.
get the motivation. What I'm saying is how many drunk driving deaths
I don't know.
have they had?
I don't know.
Okay, Google.
That's
There we
good.
go. Google. I'll Google it. Y'all keep going.
But I'm just saying, man, I don't like an overgoverned people. I've been all over the world, I've seen it, and I do not like an overgoverned people. Because it's like, do you really want to be told all day, every day what you should be doing and can and can't be doing? Like, because you feel a gun's dangerous, I can't have one?
I don't think that guns are bad. I think that people should be able to have
Well, I mean, in
pistols
general.
and shotguns.
Absolutely.
I guess my gray area comes in with talking about high power rifles with high capacity magazines.
Okay.
I don't see the need
I
because
want-
if you're gonna hunt, you don't need.
I don't want to. I don't hunt.
Right, you don't want to hunt. So
So
I shoot steel at 1,500 yards.
what is, to you, what's the difference between
That's
that
fun.
10-round magazine and
like
that 30-round magazine?
Because I'm
It's a
like
skill.
Pumi saying that 10-round magazine, if you go hunting, you don't need that much.
You're not hunting.
But what is,
I don't wanna
what I'm
hunt.
asking
shoot
you is
because when you
what
shoot,
the difference is.
Well, what the difference is when you decide that you want to do something crazy. If you get 10 shots
that's-
off and then you have to reload,
I
That's
promise
weak.
you.
That's weak.
Hey, listen.
no,
Hey,
but then you have to reload.
Okay,
How
let's do
long
this.
does it take
I
to
promise
reload?
you.
Gentlemen,
I can-
gentlemen.
It's the
Let's-
reload's like
That
that.
ain't gonna make no difference.
Let's agree.
Reload is like
To
that.
disagree.
Let's agree
To disagree.
that what we do want to do though is we
Freedom.
do want to keep our children safe
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
from guns, and we're not going to solve that problem today.
That comes with protection.
I got you. But let's
We-
just
we
move
need to get
on,
armed guards
'cause We're
at
not
the school.
going. We're not. No. I mean, not teachers. We do not need armed
I
teachers.
never said teachers.
Okay,
We
say
have-
armed guards.
they have
They have
backup
police in
roles.
there.
They have-
They have that.
Hire
They have that.
veterans.
Yeah, they have that.
Why?
Why
Well,
not
because
hire
they got
veterans?
PTSD.
Listen, let's move on
I said
to the next subject.
Let's
Tim.
go.
Let's
I
not
talk
go
about that
away
shit
with
all
that
day.
one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Let's go. Let's go.
That'll last forever.
All day.
Let's go. Let's go.
I love
As
my
long-
gun.
hey,
So-
as long as that conversation is a talkable conversation and not an argument, I think it's a good thing.
Let's go, baby.
Because now it's, you know, you ain't
I
persuade
talk
nobody
about it all day
today.
long.
Let's go, baby.
You feel how you felt before today. So,
love my
Cohen. Oh, no. It's time for Sugar check-in?
Nah, no.
Okay.
Nowhere near.
All right. Yeah, it is.
About 10 more minutes.
No, it's 25 minutes in?
Yeah, that's what I said. And on to the next.
No, it should have been.
check-in?
Sugar check-in should have been about 10 minutes ago, actually. 5 minutes ago.
Tabernacle, Connecticut,
So it
smooth.
was half.
Medium cigar, nice smoke. Of course, I'm biased too. I love Tabernacle. Hey, Tabernacle, I'm still for my man. Send us a box of these, for sure. But light smoke,
And
medium
again,
smoke.
I do it all the time.
I like it.
I like to wear
This
fine things.
2012 is real smooth right now. It's not strong. It's not a.
What you gonna do
It's
with
a
it,
real
baby?
smooth cigar.
ain't mad at you.
Olivia V, very even smoke. Got great ash on it. Light, almost like a sungrown. Good. I like it.
I like to wear fine things.
QC?
Well, my Blue Mountain cigar is a little struggle with the. I had to relight it, maybe because I was engaged in
John.
talking. Yeah, John, you know. But it's a mild cigar. This is not a cigar that somebody who likes strong cigars is going to want to smoke. But if you get up, you get up in the morning with a cup of coffee, and this cigar.
So it's a good first cigar to
It's
start
a
off with.
good first cigar to start off with. You don't really need to eat anything, but smoke's good. You know, good flavor. Actually, has a little sweetness to it. Actually,
Not flavor, but-
without the flavor, but it's just a little sweetness on the.
We'll get to
on the
that,
lips.
Lenny.
Go ahead.
All right, King of Persia. King of Persia, check in. This is a bad dude, man.
Told you, buddy.
Yeah.
Told you.
It's
Somebody from Grand Habano. Send me a box of them things.
Box of them things.
It's 10 shades of all right. I
Yeah.
mean, the flavor is nice.
Yeah.
It stays lit well. It's got a nice draw. It's bold like I like. And got me feeling good.
How much?
And the price is what?
Price is right. Somebody call Barker.
Somebody call Bob.
I come back to it. You know, like I say, it's good, but I'll come back to it later on. I guess I'll finish off with it. I would like to say shout out to Lenny about the gun rights, and he told us to read the Second Amendment, and then you'll know why you're allowed to bear arms.
Yeah, it's because
So
government.
we'll get to
We
it.
passed that one.
Yeah,
I'll get back on it.
Let's move on.
Still, shout out. Good, thanks, Lenny. Shout out to
Shout out to- thanks for
shout
the
out,
comment,
shout out
man.
to everybody that's watching. We
Thanks for the
appreciate the
comments,
love.
Hey, shout out to government protection.
So let's move on to Cohen. Let's move on to Cohen. Disgruntled or credible?
I think a little bit of both.
Cohen?
I think it's credible. I mean,
Okay, no. Then we go start with just that. Let's get a vote on that.
So I don't have a dog in this hunt because I don't watch the news. I'm gonna go ahead and not weigh in because I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Okay.
More credible.
Huh? So you think he's not credible? So
Oh, now,
oh, no.
that's fine.
No sir.
Listen,
No sir.
Now,
No
if it was 6 white dudes up here, you might not have got that response. But
Q-
it's one white
Hold
dude
on,
up here.
now
You
Q-
can't say that.
Hold on.
No.
Hey, look,
No,
he don't
no.
even pay attention to
No,
it.
no.
He don't even pay
So-
attention to the shit.
So now let's agree that because let's go. We can agree that we've had people that was sentenced guilty that were innocent.
That's why I said that's proven guilty.
Yeah, I mean, but they were at one point that found out that they wasn't.
But he was
anyway.
guilty about saying Donald Trump didn't collude with Russia, like that he didn't have nothing. That's what he was guilty about. So if he's guilty about lying about that, then how is he not credible now about telling the truth?
But
Like
here's
if
the thing,
he didn't
though.
come, what I'm saying is,
But how you know he?
if they
how
said
do
he
you-
was lying, that's what he was guilty
Okay.
of lying about it. So now if he changes his story to say, okay, he did have it, he did have this association with it, then either the guilty verdict isn't right, then he was not guilty, or he's telling the truth now.
Well, I don't think that's what the toss-up was really. The toss-up was more so about the. I think that anytime you have a person who is how do you say that a liar is credible or not lying? How do I trust whatever you're saying right now? Because he knows he's going to jail. I mean, he said it himself. He said, "Listen, I'm going to
He's
jail."
already been sentenced.
You know, right. That's what I'm saying. That's my
So,
point.
so this isn't helping his case at all.
All I'm simply asking is, the things that he's saying now, though, he's going into way more detail about Trump's a racist, Trump told me, asked me this.
allowed in that
Trump did the one was he was a racist. The other one he had to deal with Russia. The other one was
I seen one today, but I forgot what it was. But anyway, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but
about the Hillary, about the
porn
payoff,
star,
about the
payoff.
payoff.
Stormy Daly.
So
Yeah,
now,
Stormy.
so
Yeah,
you
Stormy
do
Daniels.
know something. It's got to be the porn bar.
I'm nasty.
sweet back. Hey, I drink it there.
Hate you, man. Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
about
I
the
mean,
good things in
what was it?
Most definitely.
I can't remember what it was now. The other piece it was there, but
negative.
I don't know. I mean, I
Sure.
think that
It'll beat you up.
you know how somebody is they get in trouble. It's like
Depression.
I'm trying to bring everybody down with
they're
him.
trying to bring everybody down. I'm not saying that Donald Trump was guilty of these things. I'm just saying that why now? So he's saying against my conscience, right? He's like, so I should have went with my conscience.
go earlier, yeah.
Right? So if your conscience earlier didn't push you to do that,
Well, maybe it's because since then Donald Trump has talked crazy about him.
No question.
You
No
know,
question.
He's distanced him, so he's like, at
No
this
question.
point, why should I protect him
Yeah.
anymore?
And
that's why I was saying
If I
I
don't have a
both ways
reason to
with it.
protect him anymore,
Right.
then I can say everything. If this is how you feel about me, fine. I know where the bodies are buried.
Okay.
And guess what? These are where the bodies are buried.
Okay.
That's why I think it's credible.
That's why I say I'm on the fence with all that stuff.
Okay.
Like credible or not credible,
Okay.
I'm on the fence with it because of what's all going down with him getting caught up in this stuff, and now he wanted to bring Donald Trump in it. Whatever case.
Well,
he's
I'm
been
on
in
the
it.
fence, but I'm on the fence with it.
Whatever it is, as you said, like he knows where the bodies are buried. Time will tell. You're going to find the bodies, and then guess what? He's credible or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, but you know what? I just don't understand no dude like Donald Trump. You know, if my
He's a novice.
henchman, the guy that I use to protect me from all the different things that I've got myself into, right? I don't know why I would dog this guy out.
Because you believe in your mind that
Because he's trying to separate himself from that though.
No,
I
but
don't think he's trying to
No,
separate.
I don't even know
I
that.
think that he
I don't
honestly,
even know if it's that.
at a basic level, believes that it does not matter to his base, to his supporters. It does not matter,
And it really does.
He's already
Trump
said.
being Trump.
He's already
That's
said
it.
And the
I
crazy
can
is it
go
really
out
doesn't.
here and shoot somebody in the head in the middle of the street, and they'll still support me.
Right.
He
Pardon
said
myself.
They actually
myself.
they just had a big convention or whatever you want to call it support meeting at what, Mar-a-Lago.
He got some fire.
What was that, last
Bad
week?
motherfucker.
Where all the supporters got together and was congratulating them and saying, I mean, the dude, I mean, it's just insane.
But he really don't need no help with him making himself look like
the
an ass
fixer,
anyway.
that's the word
though.
I was trying to use. My fixer. Yeah.
But you don't have
I
no-
dog him, my fixer.
And right now, in his re-election fund,
got like $30 million.
The RNC got over $100 million already in their campaign for his re-election.
Yeah. And they all be wearing Gucci sweaters with the blackface.
For a $200,000
Or,
a year
or the
job.
Prada with the lynch or whatever they is with the
Yeah,
lynch.
Burberry.
it's insane, man.
Burberry.
Or the Burberry with the lynch with the
Because
lynch.
it doesn't matter when you can pass tax cuts that allow all your rich friends to keep billions of dollars.
Forget the friends, your ass.
Your man, your own
Shit,
money.
if I could
And he
change taxes,
and he
I
taking
would.
credit for some stuff he didn't do.
But they also expect his son to get caught up in this, some kind of way.
I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares about his kid. I think he only cares about the daughter that he's in love with. that's the only one of his kids I think he cares about.
Did you guys, did anybody see the newest Chappelle special?
No, he's not on TV.
No, he was on
The
Netflix.
Netflix show? Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about being in line with all the people voting for Trump, and of course, he was voting for Hillary.
Okay.
And he said, "No, he's not working for you guys. He's working for me."
Me? Oh yeah. I did see that. Yeah, he's really not for you guys.
But like Pullman say, he just in his mind, man. I'm untouchable. I'm gonna do what the hell I want to do, and like you say, majority of the people just gonna say, "Oh, that's Trump being Trump." He does shit that So when stuff like this happens, in your mindset, you're just like, well, that's just Trump. That's the shit he does.
He's built crazy into his brand.
And it works for him.
So no matter
It
what
works
he
out.
does,
It does work.
It works
it works for him.
It works for
When
him.
you build crazy in your brand,
It works for
and
him.
you do crazy shit, it's just like you said, that's just
Trump.
him being
That's
him.
being him. being
And
him.
he did that early on.
He did it
Early
very
on.
early.
Yeah.
Because he knew all this other stuff that he was going to be doing. Hey, man, how high are you getting from that cigar? Because you...
Well, so like it just started. I'm looking at it because
What's good?
it just started running on me,
Gotcha.
and I believe that's because the leaf has got a little, it's got some heavy veins in the leaf,
Gotcha.
and it did just get a little hot.
Gotcha.
So
You don't
You
like
in this
cigars
hot,
when
you
you're
in this hot.
Yeah, man.
No,
man.
but, like, temperature
He's tender,
hot.
man. Yeah, that's what he mean. Yeah, that's what he mean.
salt.
You got
Do you
tender
like,
hands,
you like
man.
hot cigars?
Salt.
You like hot cigars?
I think y'all be around them grills too goddamn much.
Spices and shit.
I mean, we cook low and slow, man.
Yeah. We don't need tons of heat. No, a sweet back.
Yeah, that's what
Not
I'm
hot
saying. Sweet back.
Well, that ain't why he's sweet back.
Hey, you know what?
He's a player.
Hey,
He's
man.
a player.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm talking about?
Hey,
The
listen.
Dewey Decimal.
Hey, Q. I was thinking about your. I was thinking about that. That's some crazy shit, man. That's crazy.
Okay.
I have a lot, so I really don't want to start it.
You don't want to wait till that part, or you just want to do it right now? It don't make a difference.
Come on, man.
However,
Kick it
let's
off.
do it.
Come on, man.
However you
Kick it
wanna do
off.
it.
Hey,
Talk,
man.
speak on it.
Fast. Time for That's Crazy. Fast go.
Come on.
Oh man, it's just a whole bunch of shit, man. One thing in particular, like I said, I have a lot. This, people don't know, I drive a local transit system, and it's a lot of school kids. And so when I think about the school and then the conversation we had on,
Are you mad because that nigga, you mad because the little young dude called you? Anyway, go ahead.
oh, not the little, no man,
Go ahead.
This little kid, I give him 10 at best. At best. You know, I talk about the kids,
Yeah.
take themselves, about a group of them. He probably was the oldest all the way down to probably about 7. So, I guess it was his little brother or something. He was like, hey, old dude. Talking to me. So, I'm trying my business. I know it's great go, because I hear that conversation coming up towards me. They say, hey, old dude. So I still ignore it. So the Lord, like I say, I'm calling 10 years. Lord 10 years say, I'm saying, bro, I know you hear him. I know you hear him because you sitting right there. So I said, what's up, young man? He said, is this the bus stop or is the bus coming in there now? Because the bus just came, but the bus stop supposed to be out of service. So I said, well, nah, it's coming in there. You got to go in there. So he said, hold up, bro. Hold up, bro.
That's what he said to you?
10-year-old.
10-year-old. He said, but bus just came here. How you going to tell my brother it ain't no bus stop? He said, man, you getting old as shit. He said, you ain't just see this bus. He said, you ain't just see this bus come right here. So I'm trying to look around for the permits.
I like that.
Hey, look though. Oh man.
You was thinking.
Hold on, wait, hear him out.
I love it, right? But at the same time,
Yeah,
it has
yeah.
to be some
Has to be some
a little
respect.
discipline.
Has to be some respect.
So,
yeah.
so he
But
said,
he's looking out for his little brother.
he is, however, but I'm trying to tell him
He
because
gotta
there's a
go
lot
about
of
it a different
people
way.
behind me.
Right.
Even though the bus came here, this is not the correct place the bus came because he just didn't want to get caught at the light.
Yeah.
But I don't think I should explain all this shit to the 10-year-old
Right,
kid.
right.
This is not, he didn't ask the question. His little brother asked the question. so I was like, I know what it looked like. The bus going there. So now I'm getting pissed off.
Yeah.
Because he keeps saying, because he still talking, he old as shit, man. Stop asking this old ass shit. He don't know nothing.
Oh, he acting like he a little Darnell.
Hey, yeah, pretty much.
He a little Darnell. Got you.
So, hey,
Got him.
we like to wear nice things. We like to wear nice things. Nice ass, nice
I like
ass.
to wear nice things.
Anyway, so what my that's crazy is that I'm like, Sean, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I said, you know what? I'm sorry. I get because I let him on 100.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'm not gonna say nothing to him. So the Lord 10 say, oh yeah, I'm saying, bruh, I'll get my peoples right now. so man, that's crazy and all this shit is, man. It's a perfect example of product and environment, man.
No question.
That kid don't know what he's doing, man.
No question.
He don't.
doing what he
just,
see.
that's all he see. So it's like when, and it's just not blacks. You got it's white kids in Minnesota,
Everybody.
everywhere. It's like when are we going to get back to allow these kids to be kids, man? Because if we keep growing up with that mentality, it don't look good. I hope not, but it ain't gonna look good. It's not good.
If you're not in certain environments, man, that ship is sailed. I mean,
Yeah.
really, if you don't have certain influences in your life, man,
man.
that you can that will help expand your understanding of things, then that ship is probably sailed, man. I was talking to this little youngin, and to piggyback on that, and he was talking about his mother wants him to go outside. He lives in Baltimore, so he was like, he said, listen, he said, sir, I play the game all the time in the house. He said, my mother wants me to go outside and play. He said, sir, they just shot 12 in my neighborhood the other day. Go outside and play for what? That was his. Now this dude was about 16 years old, and that was his response. He was like, "Go outside. Why would I want to go outside when they just knocked down 12 around a playground? Where do she want me to play?" And I was like, "My man, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? It's not like
But that's
I'm gonna be able to call
that's
my-
real. That's
but
real. That's real. That's real.
That's
Something
real.
Like that. And coming from a kid,
It's coming
that's
from
real.
and it's
That's real.
logical and it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, absolutely.
They're
Makes
playing the game in the house.
I'm
in
gonna
his
be here
situation,
playing my PlayStation
it's
on my
safe.
PS or whatever it can be.
And go outside when I gotta
I'm
go.
Gucci. I'm Gucci.
Go outside when I gotta
And
go.
that was the crazy thing. You know?
We ain't honoring Gucci, but that's just our saying.
Right, but we gotta change it.
Yeah.
Let's fuck Gucci.
We good. We
Yeah.
That's
good. good.
black
We
pepper.
good. We good.
That's black pepper.
Yeah, that's black fella.
Or that's drink light.
And to me, that's a smart kid, acknowledgement of his environment.
Man,
Now, like I told him, I said, I was like, well, maybe if you was doing something more constructive in the house besides playing games, maybe you read a book, play a game, read a book,
Or like,
work out some kind of deal.
Build a model or
Build a
something.
model, do
Like a
something.
really dope model.
Yeah, there you go.
I used to do that shit.
Yeah,
Or damn, put a puzzle together.
Dude, I was
Something.
Yeah.
play out in Clearwood with your mother.
yeah.
Or you can take some online classes too.
There you go. There you go.
You could take some really cool online classes.
Yeah. Shout out to Coursera.
But
There's a lot of stuff you can do.
But I like the fact that young guy is knowledgeable about his surroundings and say like, why do I want to go outside and be a part of this
Of the craziness.
of this craziness?
But again, that go back to what you're saying. If his mother not directing his mindset or his train of thought to read a book, put a puzzle together.
Exactly.
His comfort and his release is his
Yeah,
PlayStation.
it's a PlayStation.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
the problem
saying?
is that that's there now. Like before, like if we wanted to do that, that wasn't there for us to do.
No.
I mean, there were video games, but it wasn't like it is now.
Yeah.
There wasn't a video
Online
game attached
gameplay.
to your friend. That you could hang out with
Online, be right there.
In Japan.
Like
All over
Christmas.
the world.
You don't see no bicycles. You don't see no kids outside, no skateboards, no footballs.
I don't know.
No. You still see that shit?
See, that's why I love my community, like the action sports community.
Okay.
Man,
That's
skateboard.
different.
No, I'm just saying, dude. You can find a skate park in pretty much any community.
But they got one.
everywhere.
They got them everywhere now. They got them everywhere
They got
now.
one at RFK parking lot.
They're fun as
Okay, but
Yeah,
they do have
Yes,
one.
yes,
But you
yes,
telling
yes.
the kid up in Linda, Poland, he not going over RFK. Cause in his mind, you know how it is. In his mindset, he go on that side. They were like, you ain't from around here.
But he gotta do-
He has to. But I understand
One of
that.
the things, I mean, what you're saying is 100% right. I'm not disputing it.
He not going on that
But
side.
somebody's got to. If somebody was to get involved
Yes.
and start a program where they are taking these kids and get, for like example,
Or bring them out here to board.
yeah, bring them out their environment
Out of
so they can see a different environment. It causes them to understand the world looks different. Like my
Man,
first time going to Camp Brown.
Why don't we put
I
something
went to
together?
Camp Brown.
We can do
Why
that.
we put something
we
together?
can do that.
Why we put
Why
something
we
not
in
do
DC?
it?
We can pick a school,
And
grab some kids up,
And let's take
and we can take them to and
case in point.
bring them out there.
Fishing, anything.
look,
Like, we love to fish, anything,
Case in
but
point. I made it a purpose
That was a great
to take
recommendation.
I made a
Why
purpose
talk about it if you can do
to
something?
take my kids.
And we got this platform. We got to give back.
I made a purpose to take my kids
Got
to
it. Got it. You got the tape. You didn't get yourself though.
River Road to Albertoni. As well as I made a purpose to take them to, like I say, Roundbury Farms. And I told them, you can do what you got to do to live like this, or you can do whatever you want to do and be in a situation where, or you took Tom around and shit.
Shout out to the bartender.
And sweet back. And I also took him. You remember I told you, I took my oldest son. I took him down into what's down the street? Cheltenham, the little jail or whatever. He's about 11. Boys Village. I took him down there, and just so happened, as I took him, it was going through the gate and took him to the guard thing because I was trying to get him on street. Nah, some youngers was walking through the parking lot, and one line they always had glasses. They had the big dumbass glasses on their face. So a youngster walking through the parking lot looked over to us. It was like, "What you looking at? You this ass nigga?" And he looked at me. I said, "He ain't talking to me or this officer. He's talking to you." I don't know if it helped him or not, but I let him know. Yeah, this is what you want to do. You want to keep fucking off in school, doing what you want to do. You gonna be in here. They open arms, especially when they know you don't supposed to be in there. They love a joke. How many jokers you know that don't have to be out there BSing? They love it. But what you were saying, far as taking the kids out, that's a good thing because
I feel like
we this is probably a month ago, and my daughter, she's 18. We had her buddy with her in the car. She lived 15 minutes down the street, South Beach. We go to Church Road, and she like, hey, look at these mansions. And I'm like, this 15 minutes down the street. There's a lot of kids that's never been out their neighborhood. Church Road.
Yeah, my parents live right.
Church Road, right there on Mississippi Avenue. 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But in their eyes, they don't know that stuff exists.
Yeah.
Like you say, you get them, take them out, and say you had an opportunity to do this for yourself.
I feel like we need to get away from things like scared straight. I think we need to do guided happy. Like you need to like point.
I like
for real.
that. I like
You need
that.
to,
I like
I
that.
feel like that we should take kids and point them.
We're gonna trademark that
not-
tomorrow. Don't steal our shit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like
Hey, real
like,
stuff.
Like not show them the worst of the worst. Show them what's out there and how easy it is to get there.
Oh, they
better.
come from the worst.
Yeah,
They come from the worst.
If somebody isn't helping you, like it doesn't need to be handed to you. You can go out and you can get in there. Like you can run away from your
I like to
situation.
wear nice things.
You know what I mean? If you want to smile more, go do that.
But let me share this with you. I was with my cousin who does fish tanks.
Yeah.
I'm at the fish tank store in Glen Burnie. Shout out to
House
House of Tropics.
He make
Tropics.
Yeah,
Tropics.
He make
House of
Cousin
Tropics.
Brian.
I need to talk to him.
Okay, I give you his number. Shout out to Brian. I forgot the name of his business.
August Anderson.
Yeah, it's
August Anderson.
I don't know, but that's not the name of his
Where
business.
the shop at? Where's the shop located? It's,
But he does it outside of his house.
Yeah,
but
he comes to you.
he affiliates and consults with these different.
what's the name again? Spread out. What's the
It's
name?
August
Aquatic-
Anderson.
Brian Anderson.
Okay, where?
That's a monster truck driver.
Okay.
August Anderson.
Okay, August Anderson.
Okay.
August Anderson.
Okay, gotcha. August Anderson. So this is what he did. He came, got me one day, and if he comes get you, he's always gonna take you to a fish store.
Oh, don't, if he say ride with
Yeah,
me,
if he say ride with him
oh,
somewhere,
shit.
no, you're going to a fish
But
store.
that's-
You know you're gonna be
that's-
gone
that's-
all
Yeah,
day.
I feel you.
You're
but
gonna be
I
gone
didn't-
all
but
day.
this is not my thing. So, okay, that's not my thing. But okay, that's fine. So we go to the fish store. Good. It's red.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like,
You
what
want me to do what? Turn off, turn back my flash. How you turn them off? You turn this to the thing?
No, I got
That's a mute button.
Yeah, so that's right. No, not this one's good. I think it's this one. So what they did was, so I go to this fish store basically. They have this. Titties, I go to this fish store, and I see this big ass tank. I'm walking around, big ass store. What's
House of Tropics.
House of Tropics, and they have a stingray, and they have a shark in this tank, right? So I tell the dude, I say, my man, y'all gonna have to move this shark at some point because it's gonna be too big for this tank. He said, nah, a fish will not outgrow
won't.
its environment.
It won't. It won't. That's one. It won't. It won't.
So now,
He's getting all philosophical.
What's
I'm
not
a
true?
I'm a fish tank guy.
No, I'm just saying what this guy.
I know
He
what
said-
Chris
what he
So
told
am I
me.
too. So am I too.
What he told me, he said this shark is not going to get big enough to make his environment unsafe for him.
I don't know about all that.
No, what he's saying is that when you got other fish in the tank with another fish, it's not gonna it's not gonna outgrow that environment. It really ain't. We can talk about it all they want.
It depends on the fish. It depends on what environment.
So so get me more
Okay.
specific. So give me a fish.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Because this was this dude from the store, and I'm trying to do from the store. I'm like, how could this? But plants don't outgrow their pots without harming themselves.
Yeah, you got to repot them.
You got to
I do that.
repot
My mother was
because a
doing that
plant will
forever.
stop.
You
A
gotta
plant will
repot
stop
it.
growing and it'll start dying.
Yeah, you got to repot it.
So it's very hard for any organism in its environment
It sound like
to
them.
understand. It would be equivalent of like giving a turtle,
Watch what
asking
it's
a
like.
turtle
Yeah.
the same view that a giraffe has. A turtle, you put a turtle up there to see the same view a giraffe has, he would be completely amazed at a tree that tall.
I get the analogy. Yeah,
you know what I'm
I got
saying?
the
I get the analogy. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But-
So,
so-
he's not actually talking actual physics and science. He's talking an analogy.
No, this is actually
This
true.
guy was talking business science.
No,
but
this
he's
is the
making
guy
it
I'm
happen.
talking to. I'm making
That's
an
what I'm
analogy
saying.
off what
Yeah,
this guy was
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
But
I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
I had to catch up.
So it's difficult.
I
kinda got off on a tear
I was all on the mustard.
Trying
Couldn't
to
catch up.
They still
So
say
but
the
the
sound
point
messed
was
up.
just simply is that if you can't, you got to get out of your environment some way to see that there are other options out there for you,
We should do that.
and that's where we can put something together.
them young.
We can do
Let's
that,
do it.
and
Let's
we
do
can
it.
just get some skateboards,
Dude, we can take him riding. All
find
kinds
a
of
skin. We
stuff.
can do a whole bunch of
We
stuff.
do it once a
man.
month,
I'm down.
once every 2 months. So how we
Yeah,
gonna do it?
we'll work that out.
Yeah.
We'll work that out.
And we also can take them down there to feed the homeless.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We
I
can,
did that.
we
I
can,
did
we
as
can
a
do
kid.
that.
Well, we
can do
used to
that.
have-
We used to do
We
it.
used to do it here every once a month. Well, one point
Every Saturday. We did it for a month
Saturday,
straight.
and
We did it
fell
for a
off.
month straight.
But they're closing that park. They're going to close that park, Jefferson Park, and they're going to redo the park. And they said that they will. This microphone right here is just both microphones are now. And this microphone just came back. Sound better?
It's like a delay. It's about a 15-second delay.
How's it sound, Jim?
Hey,
Is that better?
You got about
excuse me.
15-second delay.
Excuse me, Tommy, you a cook. You don't know about this technical stuff. I fixed it. Stay in the lane that you know, Tommy. He said stay in the lane that you know. What your man said? But I fixed it.
But I fixed it. Just how's it look?
I like that shit. See how you treat that? See when
Andrew, you got one of them. So you got one of them?
Facebook Live.
If you gonna treat that like the way you treated the mic, oh, it's gonna be broken around.
Facebook Live. Can we get a response on the sound, please?
Little
That was a long time for one that's crazy.
I told you it was long. I told you it was long. I have a lot, but I don't want to be greedy.
It's too late.
That's what I told her.
Hey, but it was, oh, that's crazy and shit. I like that.
Yeah.
You got that crazy?
I did, but my that's crazy kind of tied into how we were talking about freedom, right? So I was reading this article that said 89% of the school kids in Colorado are not vaccinated. And now they're having a measles outbreak in Colorado that rivals measles outbreaks in the 1920s. So that's crazy. So when you come to but that also comes to freedom. Like when you say your freedom to have guns, like if you have kids, you should have a
There you go.
freedom
Stop showing
to
me.
raise them how you want. But I don't think that
want the new
you should
shit,
be able to
man,
put
the
your
old
kids
shit,
in
man.
harm's way.
So, to that, I feel like you should be able to not vaccinate your child if you would like to not vaccinate your child.
There's a lot of stuff in vaccinations that people don't realize.
But then, on the same note, you can't have them go to school with everybody else.
They got to be homeschooled.
There's consequences and repercussions to
Every
everything.
kid has a right by the Constitution to a free and appropriate education.
I mean, but y'all keep okay. Let's get something straight about this Constitution, man. Y'all keep.
There's a right.
Okay, it is a right, but the Constitution also said that you was not a whole human being. So I don't know if this is the document that I want to base my shit on, because it says that I'm not a human being.
to everybody else.
And when they have that, when you talk about the Constitution, you was not included in that conversation. It didn't include you. That's why you needed those amendments that every 25 years have to be revoted on. So what I'm just simply saying is that when we say the Constitution, that's some shit that he should say. But when we say Constitution, we need to because it's different.
The reality is now you're talking about the Bill of Rights, but those amendments were written for after we were not declared 3/5 of a human being.
Right. However, when you say the Constitution, what the Constitution says is that you're 3/5 of the person. Now, you had somebody to come later and say that was real messed up, but it has not changed. How that base of that situation? Boy, you want to say something?
No, I'm gonna piggyback.
No, you do you.
I'm saying.
So now you in charge of time? That's that man's job.
He was talking.
Hey,
he was trying
Bond.
to tell me something. He was trying to tell me something, but you was talking. But you was
Trying to tell
talking.
you what?
He was trying to tell me something, but you was talking. That's all.
No, it's going.
They're both on. Okay.
Are you turning it up?
Keep that. Hold that one. Hold that one.
See, I had some wings in the car for you, but don't even worry about it, man. But go ahead.
But what I was going to say is, now that we have those rights, and we are supposedly equal in those rights, do you want to take it away from them?
Good word, supposed to.
Well, look.
Now, do not
You
want
said no,
it
'cause you're
taken
still
away
looking
from
for
you.
the-
But
for,
when you
YouTube.
look at the situations that are happening, does your perception or how you see things happening, does it seem like you equal in that situation?
I mean, I don't think there's 100% equal.
You have a kid? You got a kid, right? That you call your son.
It's just a selling.
Did you ever, or any of your friends, let's say we talking about white friends, sit and have a conversation what to do with your kid, what to do if you stop by the police, besides giving your license?
Well, not like a side conversation, but we've gone and had like school outings that we've talked to firefighters, and we talked to police, and they instruct the child.
We don't
And like
run
you
the
get to
shit.
see and say, hey, he's not scary. You know,
But that's not my question. My question
got a lot to do with it.
my question is, did you sit down with your kid and say, listen, are you afraid to let your kid drive your car and get stopped by the police? Is that a fear that you have?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is the fear associated with that?
Fast movements and stuff. Because I watch a lot of like.
No. We're not talking about accidents. We're talking about if your kid gets just pulled over by the police.
Right.
Your kid gets
I
pulled
worry
over.
that he's like
Hey,
in the future because he's
I got you.
But like in the future, I would be very worried because I get scared.
Okay.
Because cops out there nowadays, they're very.
Aggressive?
I wouldn't say aggressive, but on edge.
Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't even say trigger happy. But so the thing is like their environment. We're talking about environment again.
Okay.
If you watch a lot of videos, they get shot at quite a bit.
Okay.
Like and by traffic stops.
Okay.
So I mean, they do have to be ready because it happens that fast.
No, I get all of that.
But that's what I worry about.
Get off.
If he's in his car, and he's like, "Let me get my license," or
Yeah.
like something like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Because I see perfectly.
But that fear is associated with the police officers' stress levels.
Yes.
Not because your kid is white.
No.
So this is what I'm getting at. So when we looking at these things saying these things are the same, listen, theory is wonderful. And that's and what you say, I agree with you 100%. However, what I see and what is happening, I must pay attention. Just like that little boy who was playing the game all day, saying, listen, me sending my kid outside ain't the same as him going outside. They knocked down 12. They ain't never killed no kids in my neighborhood where my kids grew up at. They ain't never had anyone just shooting. So it's a complete difference.
no police.
And no police problem. The police come around there and friendly. Hey guys, hey, whatever. So what I'm saying is that, these things that we want to theorize and say, okay, well, we supposed to be, this is not the reality. What my eyes and my ears hear and see are not equal to what you're saying. To me, it's just like religion. You know, these people who were supposed to be religious, but their behavior was evil. Sam, I don't give a fuck what you, excuse me. I don't care what words you try to offer me. If your behavior
Show something
does not suggest you are just or more. What you want, baby? You?
Oh, you too.
Let's just get right there. Let's get that right out of the way.
The best bartender in the DMV.
In the DMV.
And gorgeous. My man called her Sunshine. Put your mom on the phone.
It's a wrap, my man. But that's all I'm saying is that, you know, and how are you? You know, and I'm at some point I'm very lucky.
I know my goodness.
See, she gets come home.
At the problem is, honestly, I got to come and taste your meat. That was sweet back say.
Yes.
That was sweet back say.
Because I've been very lucky on my environment.
I'll get
who I've been
everything I want.
exposed to, and the people have genuinely we liked each other. You know what I mean? It has. I've had bad
It's a good thing you're bartender because I'm trying to drink you in.
I just chalk it up to. I'm gonna. I try to see the best in people. Maybe that's my fault. You know what I mean? Like I always try to look for the best. I don't try to go.
What you guys need?
No, I'm sure.
A Heineken and Murray. Okay.
But you know, I try to find them.
Hey, look, hey,
Until they
hey, DJ, hey, don't way back.
And you talk about fear.
We don't have more women on this show.
We need to, right?
Yeah, why don't you take a seat?
Right here. Hey, but look here. Liga. Say how to
conceal license.
Talk to people now. Come on. Y'all having that? Come on, let's talk. But we ain't got.
So hold on, we about done anyway. So that was the tie-in, but my real that's crazy is in my son's 5th grade class, right?
This is your real that's crazy.
This is my real that's crazy. In my son's 5th grade class, they had Black History projects, and you know, people doing different people. One of his boys decided he wanted to do Tupac. He wanted to do his Black History project on Tupac.
Okay.
Oh, I like it.
Another one wanted to do it on Eminem, and the teacher approved it.
For Black History,
The teacher approved, and
Eminem,
That's great.
not Tupac.
no.
Clean up on aisle 9.
I guess their thought process was he's a rapper, a black art form,
Okay.
but it's a Black History project on Eminem.
He could do the project on the art form then, and he might be able to include Eminem, but he wouldn't. I don't think on Eminem is right.
Nah. That is crazy.
Huh? The teacher white? No. The kid is white. Yeah, kid is white.
And it's not that I don't respect Eminem for what he does. It's
No, Eminem.
He's not black. He's not black.
He's just not black.
Plain and simple. Right. He's not black.
You know, I didn't understand as bad as no offense to my man, the bad as the Caucasians is fucked over the Indians. I didn't understand why in that movie Long Silver they made the Indian Johnny Depp. I mean, that's crazy. You mean you haven't done enough to Indians that you couldn't give them the only fucking role that they had in a movie. You couldn't give them, but anyway, that's
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
He can pull that off. He's like, oh, I can do this. He actually did a pretty good job. You know, I mean, I love Johnny. I think Johnny Depp is a great actor.
He's not an Indian.
But he's not an Indian. listen. I guess they figured we gave them the fucking casinos. That's more than enough.
We're good. Right? We're good.
But Trump. Back to your man. That's my man. Trump tried to sue the Indians because of the casinos. Because he said it was giving them an unfair advantage because they don't have to pay taxes.
Well, he doesn't pay taxes either.
Hey, listen.
How crazy is it? How crazy is it? Amazon pays
zero taxes.
Amazon doesn't pay taxes. Apple doesn't pay taxes.
Microsoft none of them pay taxes. And that's crazy. That's actually crazy. I wish I didn't have to pay them. But anyway, I think we wrap it up.
Wait for a cleanup.
Yeah. Because I thought he said the mics weren't working.
They work.
Oh, okay. We were just sitting there shooting at that point. So we want to do another sit down check-in?
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Wait for your man.
We
Wait for your man.
somebody JT knocked over Stan's beard, so Stan is clean up instead of JT for some reason because JT did it. But
bless you, God bless you.
man, bless you. And listen, man, I gotta ask you, man. Fuck it, you know what I mean? I gotta ask you.
I already know.
What's with the hair, man?
How long you been growing it?
How long you been growing it?
20
plus years. 20 plus. What made you say, fuck it? My man, all day long. My man.
So I had multiples.
Okay.
And then I started tying them back, and I noticed that they're getting harder and harder to pull apart. And I'm like, you know what? What if I just screw it into one? See how long I can go.
Go with it.
And that's what happened.
And fuck
like my
And now my wife loves it.
Coming to America.
And every once in a while I go, I really need to cut this off. And especially when I get in my truck and I get into the truck too fast and my hair gets caught in the door. I'm like, man, I should really cut this off. And then my wife goes, I really like your hair. I'm like,
Show the people at home. Get it around the side one time. Yeah. That thing's
it was a little longer.
That ain't nothing but an
Oh, it was long.
Ain't nothing but an
Juicy birds.
Is it hard to put the hat on? How do you like that? I know it's a hole.
How easy is it? Pull it off.
Dude, that's one of the greatest movies.
It's natural now. It's like
you did it so many times.
Like everything's natural. Go to the bathroom.
So you put the shit through the hole?
Yeah.
You cut a hole in your shoulder.
Yeah.
Like you cut a hole in your hat?
Every single hat I own. Yep. Literally in the bathroom, my arm. It's like I don't know if anybody's ever been diving, like scuba diving.
Yeah.
Like they teach you how to like put your arm out to grab your thing if you lose it. It's the same with my hair. I'm just like it comes around and sit down. It's like everything is.
You say you teach you what if you lose?
So your regulator. Your regulator, it falls back. So you got to put your hand. My hair.
But he's referencing that to his hair because
it's the same thing. Literally, I just put my arm back, pull it around, and sit down.
The regulator you attach that different is what?
They should do what? Coke First Down is Corey Glover is his lead singer.
And bad fucking knowledge to me.
Similar, yeah, similar. Yep, absolutely.
These are uncultured swine. They don't know nothing about that.
Whatever.
You know they said.
Hey, I'll give y'all a quick head story. Did I tell them about when I lost my head?
Yes, you already
graduation.
We had that conversation.
Lost your head? Motherfucker took my head.
Did you use your eyebrows too?
He gets his eyebrows. No, he gets his eyebrows up.
I do not. I'm naturally. I'm naturally handsome.
Somebody said that they were
just
burned off.
Hold on. That's crazy. This month, that's crazy. He think he's handsome.
I'm not.
But let me ask you a question. Are you?
Hey, ho. What you say? That's crazy.
You think you're handsome?
I'm beyond that.
But why would you want him to think that though?
I don't care who think it. I know it. Hey, listen, you got to know yourself.
No question.
If it ain't in your inner, it'll never show an outer, baby.
What you think about these people that shave their eyebrows off and then draw them back on? Or tattoo them on. Either way, this shit looks crazy to me.
Crazy as shit.
Yeah, there's like 3 different ways you can do it now.
And it's like all up. Anyway.
You ever been out and you see a girl that's so fat you don't even notice she got eyebrows?
Yeah.
Exactly. Couldn't For $1 million, you couldn't say what her eyebrows look like.
So when I come in
You
here,
know what that Cleveland look like.
so when I come in here next Wednesday, would y'all say that's crazy if I have lace fronts and waves?
I would not.
Well, my man
I
Glenn
can't
Burns
wait to
gonna hook
see
you
it.
up though.
I can't wait to see it.
My man Glenn Burns get your face now.
For real?
I can't wait to see it.
I'm telling you, so everybody's seen
I
that
want
music,
waves
like,
again.
The male weave.
Yeah. The dude from Glenn Burns. It's crazy.
No,
It's
listen.
crazy. He was on an HBO special, man. I watched
Hey,
it.
listen,
It's insane.
What's his
What can they
name?
do with this?
Anything.
I can't remember his name.
Anything.
So he can get have a potato that's tight.
Stan, what we gonna do? I'm gonna try to reach out to my brother.
It's
So we
crazy.
can get him in here, and we can talk about
the male weave,
blowing
like
you up.
stick it.
And we can show, we can reveal.
I'm here to get it built. I'm here to tell someone.
They want it.
Damn right. I want haircut.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
listen.
I want
reach out
hair
to
again.
him, and we're gonna bring him in here, and we're gonna do a reveal.
I want hair again.
You know how they do that, baby?
we can do a rebuild day.
Yeah. We got goddamn potato chips.
Oh, no, this what happened. Hold on.
What happened was
The damn potato chips.
No, but
Last 2 weeks ago. Last week. But what happened was you told me that you gave him some already.
Man, them jokes mean.
No, but get what I'm saying.
Okay,
I ain't getting
They
it.
better.
You can't get out that. You can't get out that way. Cause I told you he gave me some the other day.
It was no
And I said, you bringing them Wednesday? You say absolutely.
They don't eat salt and vinegar potatoes.
You don't know what they eat.
Says who? Shit.
And you said just bring them.
But for real though,
But it was really going to be a contest.
for real though,
Who won? Martin or us?
Martin's got us beat.
Martin got them UTZs.
Absolutely.
Martin got them UTZs beat.
Bars of salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar.
I gave him something that we leaving out here. Hey, home.
We ain't talking because restaurant ain't sponsored.
Yeah,
We're gonna be
yeah.
talking we win. But I took him in the restaurant and put him on my burger. Put him on my burger. I tell you what, I said Slim.
I said so. I said tasty. I told you gonna give me some back.
That Flint SOB was not lying.
I'll tell you what, if y'all gonna come back next week, I'll bring a bag.
Slim.
Next week.
The Martins.
I'll bring
I tell you,
And I don't believe a whole lot of what he talking about, but the Martins.
I told him I would have got
Official,
some.
dog.
Yeah.
I
got to give you a the Martin.
You gotta get them from. You can't get them from like a 7. You gotta get them from like a corner store type situation.
Honestly, you gotta go to Southeast.
Next time I visit my
I'll
parents.
bring them.
Yeah, nah, you ain't.
Honestly, you gotta go to Southeast.
Anyway,
Nowhere in Maryland.
All right.
Anywhere.
We get with
You know what
Cigar check-in.
I got you.
Check-in.
I got you, Buck. I got you. Go ahead.
Check in. Last cigar check-in. Let's go.
Wrapping this thing up, gents and ladies. Once again, 2012 was great. Even burn, one life. Stay consistent. Started off nice, stayed nice, and ended brilliantly. Like I said, I dropped my ass 2-3 times. I like to wear nice things. And this is a nice ass stick. Hey, Oscar, it was great to meet you. When we met you, you told us about, the whole scenario of the 2012, and I understand what it means to you. This is a damn good stick. Please, my friend, we can shake hands once again when you send us a box of these. And I like this. Hey, I like this better than the red. Than the red 2012, red band 2012. This was excellent. Can't wait to get another.
Come on, Sweetback.
Man,
Oh, I apologize.
yeah, tour.
It's not a strong. Let me reiterate. Ooh.
Let you read it.
Ooh, let me get it together.
He wants to reiterate.
Reiterate. Let me reiterate.
Hey, can I Google that?
And Google gonna talk about what's wrong with you?
Let me ask Siri.
Reiterate.
Oh man,
That don't make sense.
that don't make sense.
It's
Doc
not-
Nelly Jones word.
It's not a strong cigar. It's not mild, but it's not a strong cigar.
Medium.
I give it 3.5.
They more mild.
3.8. 3.8 torch. 3.8. And that's because it's not a strong cigar. I like full bite.
And this out of 5 or 4?
Out of 5.
5. Because I thought it was 4 originally.
Out of 5.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this 4. I give this an even 4 torch. This thing, it had runs in it midway through, but it fixed itself, which is awesome. And it was hot, but it didn't get too hot. Draw's great, flavor great, feeling good. It's hot.
Explain your hat to stand, man.
I ain't got to explain shit to stand.
I got friends in low places.
I got a few black belt pieces. I'm gonna get free brisket for about 2 months.
I got friends in low places.
Hey, listen, nickname Bob Weed. Nickname Bob Weed. That shit about 35
Those goes.
He bobbed the weed in the same damn spot.
He almost as real as he was 2 weeks ago.
Shit.
Well, my Blue Mountain smoke, Blue Mountain cigar, it was good, man. Like I say, sweet on the flavor. I get it sweet torches. This is definitely a cigar for a mild smoker. If you, like I say, morning coffee, you want a nice stick, this would be a great stick with a cup of morning coffee. And I enjoyed it. I'll give it, what did I say? Did I say 3 already? 3.5? Definitely 3.5.
Yeah, my Olivia V was pretty smooth all the way. Just now picking up a little bit of spice. No heat. Very cool. Dig it. It's mellow. I'll give it 3.5.
I think that's, I got the 2012 too. I don't know why you say it. I think it's very mild.
I just said that.
It's your palate. His palate might not be.
Can I?
Come on, man. Y'all ain't doing it. Come on.
Thank you.
Come on.
Why you got a hat on?
I think it's very mild. It's smooth. If you are somebody that doesn't like full body and a lot of flavor, it's cool. Burn good, smooth. I probably get about 3.7, 3.8.
But I'm interested to ask you something about that. But you usually a bigger ring gauge guy.
I am.
How does that play into how you rate a cigar? So like that cigar, I was surprised when you selected that cigar. But when you're smoking it, how much does that affect you because of the ring gauge?
I don't think. It's just my preference because my hands are bigger for bigger ring gauges.
Right. You break it, you buy it.
You have some bigger ring gauges that are mild, some that are more full body. I don't think that necessarily always dictates just because of the ring gauge.
Okay. So you don't feel any kind of way aesthetically.
No, because there's some that are smaller ring gauges that will sit you down that are really full body and strong.
Gotcha.
Like the double hero, you have a small double hero, which is stronger than the size.
No question.
You know what I'm saying?
How you doing?
Okay. Stanley!
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Demian.
Our resident felon.
Yes, sir.
But paperwork coming. Expunged next month.
Yeah. Okay, good. Anyway, I don't know what they're talking about, but anyway.
Michael Cohen, let's call him Michael Cohen.
But anyway, this Tabernacle. Connecticut. I like the more full bodies Connecticut. I mean, it's Tabernacle, that's the black label. The Connecticut is okay. It's not the one I smoked yesterday. The only reason I say that because I had to light this up several times. And I'm not used to that. But this particular one I had to light up several times. But not taking away from Foundation Cigars. Tabernacle, Wise Man, great cigars. But it's Connecticut, 3 puffs.
It's 3 torches.
3 torches.
He wasn't even on a torch scale.
Magic Dragon, man.
He wasn't even on a torch scale.
Magic Dragon. His nickname is Magic Dragon. Puff, puff, pass. Magic Dragon.
If we wasn't on camera, I would have a lot to say, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Hey, I'd like to share something, man, before we roll. And I'm still in Q Thunder. This is something for everybody, man. There's a lot of people out there with a lot of dreams. A lot of people that aspire to do things for themselves. There's a lot of people that think big. And one of my daily sayings I tell myself, plain and simple, thinking big is still just thinking. Doers do big. So if you thinking it, you want to do it, do it. Because if you're just thinking about it, all it is a thought. So remember, thinking big is still just thinking. Doers do big.
Can we keep going around with something like that?
Go ahead if you like.
Piggyback on what Donnell is saying is like, my thing is that reputation ain't never what somebody think it.
Listen,
I thought you were fat. I thought you were fat. I thought you were fat.
I ain't fast. I wanted out here. Go ahead.
Use this government name.
I said fat, so I ain't saying nothing.
No, come on, man. Keep
Go ahead,
on.
do your thing. Man.
Okay. Some positive, like talk to young guys, young cats out there, whatever the case may be. Reputation ain't never what somebody think of you. Your character speaks volume. Your character is who you are. And don't ever forget that. And I'm a true person about character. Character speaks volumes. Your reputation ain't about nothing. Your character speaks is who you really are. That's just all I want.
I want to give one shout out to Donnell Dream Big. I want to give a shout out to a young girl out of Detroit named Tony Harris. Is the first woman to ever sign a college football scholarship. Shout out. University.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out.
That's dreaming big.
Say the name again?
Tony Harris.
Congratulations, baby.
Congratulations.
Something that nobody's ever done.
That's real. That's big. Yeah, you're a doer. That's a doer right there.
Absolutely.
That's definitely a doer. She
Absolutely.
thought about it. She set out to do it, and she accomplished. That's a doer. Wish you good. Wish you well, baby.
Anybody got any positive to say before we get off? Come on, something positive before we go. Something positive before we
Treat people how you want to be treated. That's my thing. Shit.
go. Come on, Q.
For real? No. I mean, I think that enough is already beautiful things have been said, and good enough for me.
Street back on the back wheel, 290, huh, baby?
You know what it is.
Some part this week back. Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Before we go.
Be the example. Don't be a hypocrite. If you want to change something, be the change. And,
Till the wheels fall off.
yeah, just be good to the fellow human being, and the world will be a better place if you make it a better place.
Absolutely.
If,
That's the wrap up.
That's it.
And we see y'all next week.
Till the next time. In the air, baby. That's real.
Yeah, we watched.
That was good, man. That was good.